Today we are going to talk about AWS step by step. Let's start with introduction to AWS. What is AWS? AWS is a comprehensive cloud platform offering over 200 services globally. AWS Cloud Services Overview. Explore AWS services across compute, storage, databases, and more. AWS account setup. Creating an AWS account. Sign up on aws.amazon.com for a free tier account. Navigating the AWS Management Console. The console is your gateway to all AWS services. AWS Compute Services. Amazon EC2 launch virtual servers, known as instances, in the cloud. EC2 instance types. Choose from various instance types based on your needs. EC2 instance provisioning. Quickly deploy instances using predefined configurations. AWS Lambda. Run code without provisioning servers, a true serverless experience. Serverless computing. Automatically scale and manage resources for your code. Lambda function development. Build functions using supported programming languages. AWS Storage Services. Amazon S3. Store and retrieve any amount of data with high durability. S3 bucket creation. Create containers called buckets to store your data. S3 object management. Manage and access your files within S3 buckets. Amazon EBS. Attach persistent block storage to your EC2 instances. Elastic Block Store. Reliable storage for your running applications on EC2. EBS volume types. Choose between SSD and HDD based on performance needs. AWS Networking Services. Amazon VPC. Create isolated networks within the AWS cloud. VPC configuration. Customize subnets, route tables, and gateways in your VPC. VPC peering and routing. Connect multiple VPCs and manage traffic between them. AWS Direct Connect. Establish dedicated connections from your data center to AWS. Dedicated network connectivity. Achieve consistent network performance and reduce costs. Direct Connect locations. Access AWS Direct Connect at various global locations. AWS Database Services. Amazon RDS. Easily set up, operate, and scale relational databases. Relational Database Service. Supports MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle, and more. RDS Instance Management. Monitor, maintain, and scale your database instances. Amazon DynamoDB. Fast, flexible NoSQL database service for any scale. NoSQL database. Efficiently store and retrieve data with low latency. DynamoDB table creation. Create tables with defined key attributes and data types. AWS Security Services. AWS IAM. Manage user access and encryption keys securely. Identity and access management. Control access to AWS resources using roles and policies. IAM user and role management. Create users, groups, and assign permissions. AWS KMS. Secure your data with managed encryption keys. Key Management Service. Create, manage, and use cryptographic keys securely. Encryption key management. Automate key rotation and enforce access policies. AWS Monitoring and Management. Amazon CloudWatch. Monitor AWS resources and applications in real time. Monitoring and alerting. Set alarms to trigger actions based on metric thresholds. CloudWatch dashboards. Visualize metrics and logs across AWS services. AWS Cloud Trail, track user activity and API usage across your account. API call logging, record and audit all API calls made in your AWS account. CloudTrail event history, review, filter, and analyze events from the past 90 days. AWS Migration and DevOps, AWS Migration Hub, centralized tracking of your application migrations. Migration planning and tracking, plan and monitor the migration process across your environment. AWS Code Pipeline, automate continuous delivery of your software updates. Continuous delivery, integrate and deliver code changes quickly and reliably. Pipeline configuration, create, configure, and monitor delivery pipelines. AWS pricing and support, AWS pricing models, understand on-demand, reserved, and spot instances. On-demand, reserved, spot instances choose cost-effective options based on your workload. AWS support plans, access support from AWS experts with various pricing tiers. Basic, developer, business, enterprise, select a plan based on your needs for support and guidance.